Hey everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations, and today I just have a really quick little tutorial. I had recently done a shopping haul that I did at Country Craft Creations and bought these calendar pads, and I did tell you that I had an idea and I wanted to do a tutorial on it. Well, I'm back today. That's what I want to show you, but these are using the 3x3 calendar pads that they do now have at the store. They come in a pack of 3 and they're really nice. The paper is really nice. They're 3x3, so they're a little bit bigger, and I think they're really awesome. So they are bound in a little pad, but we're going to take them apart to do this tutorial. I just want to share this with you. So we're going to do this fun thing. I'm going to call it a calendar tower, and it's kind of based on a card that I've seen on the internet a lot everywhere, but I don't believe that I have seen it in a calendar fashion. So I just wanted to show you how to put it together and give you some measurements. So if you want to do this for yourself, you can. I think that these would be great as a gift. These would be great on a desk, and I thought it was kind of cool. So I wanted to show you. So you need 1 calendar pad for this. I am using the Velvet Brown 100-pound cardstock for this, and this was also in my shopping haul that I did. Gosh, I lost my words. So I am using that. It only took 2 sheets of the 12x12 paper. And then I went through my scraps of the paper collection, Remember the Time. That was one of the Country Craft Creations exclusive papers that came out a little while ago. And it was a calendar themed pad. And so I picked out a few colors. I had some scraps. So I used scraps from January, April, July, and October to create this calendar, okay? So we'll need a couple strips of that, but it only took about half a sheet of each of the papers. So it's really an economical project as well. So let's talk about all the pieces that you're going to need. I'm going to put these off to the side. We'll talk about that in a second. So first of all, with the cardstock, you will need a piece of cardstock that is 7.5 by 9 1/4. And you're going to put this in your scoreboard. Okay, with the 7.5 at the top, and you're going to score every 1.5 inches. So you're going to score 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. And that's all you're going to do with that. Okay, so again, it's 7.5 by 9 3/4. And that's all the scoring that you need to do for this project. That's it, just one thing. And then we're going to need 4 pieces for the calendar pads, and these measure 3.5 by 9 3/4. So you'll just need 4 of these pieces. And then for the pattern papers, to cover each piece, you're going to need a piece that is 3 1/4 by 9 1/2. And then you will need your 3 calendar pieces. So you're going to need 4 of these, 3 months on each one. And then on the backs of these, I did go ahead and put some score tape on here. I just didn't want to put glue on here and then risk the warping and everything. So I thought the score tape would work better. I will glue this onto the cardstock. All right, then the last thing you're going to need for each of the colors of pattern paper that you cut, you're also going to need a strip that is 1 3/4 by 9 1/2. Okay. So that's all you'll need for each panel. I'm going to put these off to the side for just a second. We'll do that at the end. And then when you score this piece, you're just going to fold and burnish, and I've kind of already done that, you know, all the way around, just making sure that everything's nice and even, okay? This will make a nice sturdy little tower too. And then all we're going to do is we're going to fold it over and glue it so that it becomes a tube. Okay, so we're going to glue the 2 cut sides together. So I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue here and put some of that on here. And then I'm just going to fold it in half to glue it down into a tube. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Okay. So now we've got a nice square tube. All right, put that off to the side, let it dry. I'll burnish it one more time. Put it off to the side. And then let's go ahead and glue this down. And I decided, you know, I was going to cover up most of, you know, like a decoration on these pages. So I kind of used the side that had a more solid paper. Now you can use, of course, any paper you want. You can use just a coordinated cardstock if you want. It's super easy, but when you glue this down, and I'm kind of eyeballing this, but you're going to have 1/8 of an inch all the way around, okay? So we want to show off that pretty border of the cardstock too, okay? So that is why I did that. All right, we're going to start from the top, and then you can use your ruler, grab your calendar, and then I'm going to take off the score tape here. Bear with me for just a second. I'm just using 1/4 inch score tape. And what you're going to do is measure 1/8 of an inch down and an in on the pattern paper, and then glue that down, because there will be 1/8 of an inch all the way around, okay? So I'm using my ruler here, and I'm just going to line that up and lay that down, all right? So one done. Then we're going to continue on with the other ones. And again, 1/8 of an inch all the way down. Now you can, you know, use your ruler. You can eyeball this however you want to do it. I think for me, once I get kind of the first one done, then I usually just eyeball it because that's just what I do. So I'm just going to stand up so I can see it better. And then I'm just going to place that down. All right. Make sure that's nice and burnished. Okay, and the last one, take off the tape. This is really easy and so fun and very, very cute. It will be tall. It's 9 3/4 inches tall, but it would be cute sitting on a shelf, maybe in your kitchen, all kinds of different ideas for this. Okay, so laying that last one down. Okay, so now I have all 4 of my panels done. January through March, April through June, July through September, October through December. All right, now it's time to put this together. So grab your pieces, grab your tube here, your base tube. We're going to fold this in half, and we'll burnish it down again. And then you're going to take your art glitter glue, and now you can use score tape on this as well. I'm just going to use art glitter glue because it's cardstock to cardstock. So I use the score tape on the papers just because I didn't want any, you know, possible warping through the white pages. January through March here, and we're going to go and line this up right to the side, top and bottom. Okay. Glue that down. Then we're going to open it up and then just make sure that's burnished down. Okay. Then we'll do it again. Here is the tube. So we're going to put glue on this one. And we're going to repeat that process. We're going to go right to the edge. Like so. And burnish that down, and then make sure we don't have any glue seeping out where we don't want it. We'll carefully turn it. Okay, and then we'll repeat. We're just going to keep going around all 4 sides. Okay. Pretty cool, huh? I think it's kind of cool. Now just be careful when you go around this last time. You have to lift the piece up, and you have to, you know, move it gently. But we're going to go ahead and put this down. And then your calendar basically is just about complete. We're going to go ahead and put some pattern paper on the other side to make it nice and pretty. So again, lining that up to the edge. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and flip that over. Make sure everything is properly working. Okay, and that's it. That's your calendar. So it's tall, okay, but it's really fun because you can stand it up on your desk. All right. You can see 3 months at a time, and then you just turn it for the next month. You can fold it flat so that you can make an envelope. You could give it as a gift. Now what we're going to do with these, we're going to go back and we're just going to add more decorative paper just to give it a little more something something. And then I also thought the fun thing to do with these flaps as you're working, like for example, on, you know, you're viewing January through March for the first part of the calendar, you can add like a little paper clip. You can tack little notes. You could put sticky notes on here if you need to, little reminders, whatever. But I thought that was kind of a neat idea that you could do. So like if you got like a little baby, you know, binder clip, you can clip it to the top or to the sides, and then you can use this kind of like as a little bulletin board, if you will, a little note space. So we're just going to turn and repeat. We're going to put the daisies here on April. I just think it's pretty. I thought this was kind of a fun idea. Have a little desk calendar. It's something a little bit different than like an easel or something like that. Now the other thing that I thought is that you could also like get a pretty little like fake flower something and put in there and kind of use it as a little vase as well. For the months of July, you could put, you know, like a flag in there and decorate it up. This would be kind of a fun little, maybe a little teacher gift would be fun to use this with. I don't know, there's just lots of little possibilities. So I thought it was kind of fun. So that is what I wanted to show you today. I love the Velvet Brown paper, guys. The color is gorgeous, and it's 100 pound, so it's nice and sturdy. Okay, I just think it's really pretty. So many options you could do with this. So that's what I wanted to show you. It's just quick and easy, you know, just fun. We'll get this last piece down, and then I'll give you a kind of a total measurement. So it's 9 3/4 tall. Okay, folded. It is 7 inches wide. When it's open, when you want to, you know, have it on your desk, the footprint of it would be 5.5 inches. Okay, so really fun. I think it's kind of cute. Fun idea. You can decorate as much or as little as you want. You could put little stickers in here for the different months. You can, you know, circle birthdays, paydays, whatever you want. It's just a fun little calendar. I just thought it was kind of fun. Fun idea to do. And then you can always, you know, you can give it as a gift and it will fold flat into a large envelope. So for an envelope, you would probably have to go to your office store. It's too big for the envelope punch board, but you can get manila envelopes that are, you know, 8.5 by 11. That would fit that, you know, obviously very nicely. Or you could, you know, make one of your own. You would probably have to piece a couple pieces of paper together to do it because it is pretty big. But I don't know, I thought it was cute. I liked it. I wanted to share it with you. So this is my tower calendar project using these 3x3 pads from Country Craft Creations and the new Velvet Brown paper. I love it. I also used Remember the Time papers for the backing of this, and those are also at Country Craft Creations as well. So anyways, let me know what you think. I really like this idea. I think it's fun, and I think, you know, I think it's kind of cute. So let me know what you think. Have a great day. Stay crafty. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.